Sunday video. Oh, it's lovely and warm in this car. One of the best things I like about the FN2 is that I can just get in it and go. And it's comfy and it's warm and it's fun to drive, ain't it? But if I wanted to, like today, I've just been listening to James Bond theme tunes whilst driving, old school stuff, you know, bits of score and soundtrack from the older films, dead relaxing, dead chilled out. Yeah, and it's good, and it's a nice time to yourself when you're not looking at your phone and answering questions, and you know, which I don't mind, don't get me wrong, but you know, on a Sunday sometimes you just want to have a couple of minutes to yourself, and you're not helping the kids with the homework, and you're not tidying up, and you're not worrying about the week's worth of work that you've got ahead of you. You're just chilled, and you're happy with your own company, and it's just a nice environment, the FN2, isn't it? It's comfortable, and you know everything works. Well, it tends to work because you've got Honda reliability. So you just potter around and you drive around the Leicestershire countryside and you relax. And that's exactly what I'm doing. It's what I've been doing this morning for a bit. And I like it. And I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I need that now. And it's become part of my routine. And you sort of, you collect your thoughts from the week. Now, normally my thoughts of the week are, I felt like crap, and I have felt like crap for 2 weeks since that bloody jab. But I'm starting to feel a bit better. I've had a couple of pints of Lemsip, and yeah, I'm starting to be a little less congested. But yeah, I mean, it has been a good week at Dynodaze. We've got a lot of stuff done, lots of work done, and we, as you've probably seen in the videos, we've started my project, and Richard's excited for it, which is great. He's very good, Richard, at what he does, and when he's in his enthusiastic mood that he is for this project, because it's an old school car and it's a one-off. It's going to be a one-off, you know. And some people are questioning the engine that we put into it, or that we're putting into it. And if you've seen, we've took the engine out now of the MB2. It's a D series Honda engine that's only covered 22,000 miles, and for some reason it's got an LSD in the gearbox, so that's brilliant. But it's going in an old 1980 Mitsubishi Colt, Honda engine in a Colt. Well, we've done that before, haven't we? But not quite like this. And I'm excited because it'll be the first time I've ever spent money on paintwork and bodywork. And I've been, you know, I've been owning even older cars for a long time, like started with Renault 5 GT turbos, Renault 21 turbos, etc. And I still never ever done any extensive bodywork restoration or anything like that. So I'm excited, and I think Robert Dreamice is going to help me out with that one. So Rob, if you're watching, that one's coming to you, I think. Sent my mate Paul's Scooby there in the week, and he's ever so happy with it. So again, thumbs up to Rob and Dreamice and all the boys there that have been working hard. There's going to be some content between me and Rob coming soon, so that's going to be great. But yeah, it's a good project, and it's well underway. Jason's already removed an engine from 2 cars, so I've put the old Colt engine on a pallet, and I think it's got some value. I'm not sure. It's an extremely rare car. That gearbox has to be extremely rare, and you're just not going to be able to get parts from it anymore. And because I know it all works, I think it's going to make it might keep somebody else's car alive, so that would be great. Be really interested to see whether anyone does want to pick up that gearbox or pick up that engine. We shall see. But yeah, plenty of stuff to do. So with the MB Civic engine out, Richard and Jason always freshen it up. So they always use like a zinc based paint, and they clean it up and they prep it and they paint it. We're going to make a nice rocker cover. I've already got my manifold, so there's going to be a nice exhaust, nice induction kit. And bearing in mind the car's only like, what, 95 brake horsepower? There is a video on YouTube of the MB2 Civic when we got it on the dyno. So I'm going to go back through and see what power it actually made. But that had only done 22,000 miles. So it's what a gem. It's such a shame to break it, to be fair, but we're actually using it for 2 separate projects, so there's more to come. Yeah, so that's going to be great. We've got plenty in the workshop for next week, plenty of maps. You've seen us doing so many maps recently, mostly Honda or Ecutek stuff, some standalone stuff we've done recently, and all been very, very successful, and all much fun doing it. So again, thanks to God willing and all of that, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm so very fortunate to do what I do. I'm so very fortunate, and I hope you guys can see that I'm enthusiastic and very grateful, extremely grateful for the support from the different communities that I'm involved in, like the Mitsubishi Coal community, especially the modified FN2 community. Still doing a bit on YouTube with them. Limitations, sent him up a care package this week. We mapped a car of a friend of his that he works with, so I sent him up some Powerflex rear beam bushes, just on the off chance they could get them fitted and make a video, give him some content to make. He's doing really, really well, Limitations, so go and check him out. Yes, and then also sent some bits to Robster VTech, sent him a braided clutch line, so hopefully he's going to get that fitted. I think that's something he's going to be able to do himself. So great stuff. Been speaking to Rob a lot recently. Yeah, and there's lots to do. I've still got to sort out FN Bill. FN Bill, if you're watching, man, you're on my list, man. I love your content. We're going to keep supporting you. Yeah, and apart from some of the troubles at work over the last week or so with supplier issues, Powerflex are continuously on a delay, and that's hurting me, because normally when somebody buys something, I'm like, there it is, it's delivered to you, like a helicopter's dropped it off. But unfortunately at the moment, Powerflex factory's on a backlog. Their raw material prices have gone up like 500%. So they're dealing with the stock, with the raw materials that they've got, and they're putting out as much stuff as possible. It's on my list of things to do next week, to spend a lot of money. And I don't like doing it, but the business is only successful if you can supply parts when people want them. So it looks like I'm going to be spending a lot of money, placing a lot of orders, so that I've always got stuff in stock. For example, I'm struggling to get manifolds for FN2s, the likes of Teguer, the likes of Jap Speed, etc. I'm struggling, but I know that Piper stuff is made in this country, and there's a chap there called Anthony. He's extremely helpful. The kit's such good quality, it flows so well. And I know if I place an order, I know in a couple of weeks I've got that stuff. So currently, thankfully, we've got a lot of Piper stuff in stock, and I know I can get more of it. Excuse me. So that's going to be great. So we're going to keep on keeping on doing that. Ordering coilovers. I've got IBAC Springs, Tyne Springs coming, because everything's on back order. So because we know it's on back order, the best thing we can do is place our orders and wait for them to arrive, and then it's in stock and it's all good. So that is what we're doing. So besides that, yeah, I've been watching a lot of YouTube, picking up a few tips and tricks from people. I've done a video that I hope you've seen if you've got a YouTube channel, about how I build a video, and there's more to come from those, because that's actually been one of my best videos, most successful videos ever, is helping other people out. Well, that seems pretty cool, don't it? Because I like to help other people out, and if that's my most successful video, I'm gonna have to keep doing it. Yeah, so that is, I mean, that's my week digested, really. And we've got another similar week of it. Busy. And this week, towards the end of the week, even my enthusiasm waned as the weather got worse, and I started to feel even more poorly. But I'm hoping that a fresh Monday seems to happen every week. A fresh Monday, feeling a bit better, drinking lots of water, trying to change my diet a little bit, and hopefully we'll be back on full power. And certainly doing the business. You'll notice that I've been speaking a little bit in my YouTube live videos and my Instagram videos of something called Klarna. Now, I've seen that friends of mine that own businesses, like Liam at Kaizen, Tactical Racing, these people, sorry, my phone is just, there we go. All people I really like and respect, and they're having some great success with this Klarna. And whilst I've always been, don't finance parts for your car, because negative equity in cars is bad for you. And I know this because I've been younger, I've been 20 and hooning money onto stuff that I end up selling for a tenth of what I paid for. I've always been against financing. I don't mind financing the car because it has a value. But realistically, when you go to sell a car that you've modified, you never get the money back for those parts. So I've always been a bit like, don't do it. But with this Klarna thing, it allows you the ability to buy something, get it fitted, and then you've got 3 months to pay for it. And I think 3 months is fair enough, ain't it? If you can't pay for something in 3 months, you probably should have had it. So, you know, I'm always going to stay real. I'm always going to stay realistic with what I'm saying about financing bits and bobs. But yeah, come at me if you want. If you want to come at me and say, Dan, I fancy a set of coilovers and an LSD, but it's a lot of money. Can you sort me out? The answer now is yes. I can sort you out. I think it's fairly fair finance. You know, it's not like break your back sort of debt collector like finance, taking your TV away. It's pretty calm. And as long as you stick to it, I think everyone's fine. I was a little bit concerned about it before, but I think looking at my friends' businesses, again, you know, I'm giving an example like Kaizen, brilliant guy, really helpful, always helped me out. Some of his products are wicked. Just looking at some things that he's doing, I'm really thinking it's a positive thing. So yeah, check Kaizen out. Some great stuff. I've got quite a bit on my car now from Kaizen. I've still got parts from him to fit, so that's all good. Yeah, check him out. I've been watching Jesse's videos. He's just bought himself a Honda Coupe. I said this to one of his friends whose cars we mapped over the last week or so, that I watched Jesse's videos. I've been watching them on his, you know, his EP3, his Mazda MX-5 and his new Honda Coupe. And he's one of the main reasons that I decided to pick up YouTube and give it a go. I just love the lad. I love the way that he's enthusiastic, and you can tell, can't you? I mean, you know Jesse, and you know his style, and he's just very natural, isn't he? And you know that's the guy making the videos. He is who he is, and hopefully I come across like that. I don't know, but you see some of these bigger boys on YouTube, and you're like, oh, they're all very, very flash, ain't they? And they're doing stuff that I could never possibly attain. You know, they're buying £100,000 cars and giving Teslas away. And you're like, oh, that's brilliant, and I'm sure that's fun. But it's stuff that I could never attain. But if I've got like a little brown 1980s Mitsubishi Colt, people are like, yeah, I could do that if I wanted to. You know, and I think we're more down. I don't know whether we're in a more realistic place than some of the bigger YouTubers or not. But maybe you can give me your thoughts on that. Do you think, you know, pretty much everything Dynodaze does is attainable? It's not $1 million bucks. Like me and Rich always say, we're not the cheapest garage in the world, but we're one of the best. And you can't have both. You can't have everything cheap and quality. It doesn't work like that. You know, Richard's experienced. He's got this experience since he was 16. Man and boy. Been a mechanic for a very, very long time. And Jason's very good when he's not on his phone as well. So I think yeah, I'm hoping that we're sort of that end of the spectrum where the videos, the content that we're putting out there, it's just normal run-of-the-mill daily stuff that people can aspire to, people can learn from. I mean, you know, from my videos, I'm not the technical side. Rich is, and that's why I know everybody enjoys Richard's comments at the end of a video where he's talking about what power could have been made and what restrictions we had and things like that. I know you guys love it. I'm enthusiastic and I love making the content, and I don't mind chatting away to people. But if you can get Richard's time, just 4 or 5 minutes at the end of the video, it really adds content. It really adds content. It really adds stuff to it. That's, you know, that's what I like doing. I like making the content that's useful for people. Some people just love the short snap videos where we've done like a power run on a Fiesta ST that's been mapped, and it's like Fiesta ST induction kit exhaust mapped on the dyno. This is the power it made. 2-minute video. Some people love that stuff. They really, really do. But other people like a 10-minute video on a plan that we're going to do, or a project that's upcoming. People like that as well. So there's a good bit. I think there's a good mix of content there. And obviously, I clearly like the sound of my own voice, so I'm making these Sunday videos. But you know, we're always learning. We're always striving to improve. So honestly, in the comments below, because I know you guys are going to like and subscribe and all that jazz, but in the comments below, let me know, what is it you want to see from Dynodaze's YouTube channel? We're restricted in one sense of, we've only got the work that we've got booked in to make content on. We've only got our own cars. You know, there's going to be a big video coming to Richard Super at some point. So we've got our own cars and stuff, and you know, I've got this FN2. So if you've got a suggestion, let me know. For example, I've currently got an induction kit on this car that I really, really like. It's a CPL big bore induction kit with the battery relocated. And I had a good business meeting on Saturday morning, and we're going to supply hybrid racing stuff. And I really like the look of the hybrid racing induction kit. I really like the short shifter that hybrid racing do. So we're going to sell those. But I think if we just compared the hybrid racing induction kit to other induction kits, I think that would make a great video. I think if we went for a hybrid racing kit on this car and seen if it made any more power, even more power or less power than the CPL, it's facts, ain't it? And you can't argue with facts. So if we literally just fit one of them to this car and stick it on the dyno and see if it makes any power or loses any power, or doesn't make a jot of difference, or we go from a standard airbox to a hybrid racing induction kit, or we go from a TSS or TTS, whatever it's called, to a hybrid racing, I think that's going to make a series of great videos. But I want to know what you guys want to see happen. I want to know what you guys are going to see, or what you want to see on the YouTube channel, because it's for you. It's a great avenue for me to get new business, but ultimately my new business is you guys. And if I can make you guys happy before you even get into the workshop, well, that's going to be a customer for life. That's the way we look at it. So yeah. So I want to see loads of comments. I want to know what you're doing this weekend. I want to know what you've done to your cars. I mean, we're all following each other's YouTube channel, so I can see what limitations and Rob's doing to their cars. But you guys that don't have YouTube channels, come on, let's find out. What are you doing? Tell us what you're doing. And like I said a few months ago, if you haven't got a YouTube video, if you haven't got a YouTube channel, just do it. I don't see any reason why not. We're all posting on Facebook and Instagram every day. Why not make a little video and stick it on YouTube, even if it's your first one? If it's your first YouTube video and you think it's a good one, or you think it's pants, send me a link to it. Send me a link to it. Let's get all of the Dynodaze followers to follow you and give you tips and advice and support. I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Right, and on that happy note, because I have waffled on, I know. Oh, that's a good point. You may have noticed that Dynodaze has now got 2 YouTube channels. Now, the reason I did this is I've got a friend with YouTube channels, and they talk about sensitive subjects and often get them demonetized and removed, so they always have a spare channel. Now that is one of the reasons that I set up a spare channel, is because I want a level of redundancy, so in case something happens, in case I lose this channel or something like that, it shouldn't happen because we're pretty wholesome, aren't we? But if it did, there's a spare, and the spare channel at the moment is called what's it called? Wastegates and Waffle, and it's basically outtakes from Dynodaze videos. Outtakes from Dynodaze videos, cars that have come into the unit, and then I've been busy and I've made the start of the video and never managed to get the end of the video before the car left. Things like that. Things like when bits fly off on the dyno. You know, like if we had one the other week where I turned the fan on its first power run and its carbon fibre front panel just blew off, and I had to catch it. And yeah, it's stuff like that. So it's stuff like that hasn't made this channel, but it's still funny and it's still a bit of content, and you know, it can still get views and stuff, but it's just a laugh, that one. So go and check it out. It's Wastegates and Waffle, or Waffle and Wastegates, the Dynodaze outtake channel. So go and look at that, and say hello on there for me so I know you came over. That'd be great. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it from me. I think I'm just gonna have a 5-minute hoon, and then I'm gonna go do some paperwork. But peace out, everybody. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I will see you during the week for some more cool videos on stuff that we've mapped and stuff that we've built. Yeah, cool. So thanks very much for stopping by. I was deep in thought then, deep in thought. I've been speaking to, sorry, I'm just going on and on here. I was speaking to Chris at Cowabunga Car Diaries this week, and there's lots of stuff to come for his car. Go check out Cowabunga Car Diaries. Literally, I've got a habit now of eating my tea and watching their videos. So I'm not hungry unless I've got a Cowabunga Car Diaries video on. Let's get out of the way of this van. Yes, but guys, you know, much love to everybody. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. And I'll see you on the next episode.
And I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.